Okay, check, check. Hey, can you hear me now? Actually, I don't think you need this now. Hello, hello. Do I have sound? Oh,
Okay, check, check.
hey, can you hear me now? Actually, I don't think you need this. There we go. Perfect. It's a little bit echoey. That's interesting. So I've got this. Maybe we can get it out. Okay, now I got this blue snowball, but to be honest, I don't really like how it works. So I guess I'll try some experimentation um, over the next few weeks, and so to see what I like best. So let's do the intro a little bit again, since you couldn't hear me last time. Let me see, where am I at here? I'm just trying to keep an eye on the chat to make sure I don't miss anything that you guys say. So, look at that, and I went out again. So I finally got Java, the Minecraft 1.14 Java. Oh, every time I do that. So what's going on is when I switch to my other screen to try to make sure that it's in the spot that I want so I can see if you guys say anything and I can see, that everything's working correctly on the stream. I've got something set in the main monitor that drops it, minimizes it, and obviously everything turns black on you guys. So, again, back to the beginning. I got 1.14.4 installed. I was having some trouble with it for a while. It looks like they finally got it working, and when I got it all up and installed, all of my old worlds wouldn't load anymore. So that means I have to start all over again. So I have a massive Minecraft dungeon. This is actually a dungeon that I built back when I was in the Army. And I played, I'm talking 1987. I started playing Dungeons & Dragons in 1979. So in 87, I built this dungeon, and I would actually play it when we were overseas with a bunch of my infantry buddies. And I built this 6 years ago in Minecraft. I don't know what version, a long time ago. But it doesn't work anymore. So I am going to do it again. And you guys are welcome to come along for the journey. It's going to be a very, very long build because this thing is so huge. And I'm hoping that when I get it all done, I'm actually going to make a YouTube series, kind of a choose-your-own-adventure type series, so that you guys can try to actually find your way through. And it is very difficult because I've built this thing in 3 different programs now. I built it in Minecraft, I built it in Conan Exiles, and I built it in the Sony, the one that Sony was bringing out that was supposed to be the successor to EverQuest. I built it there too. All good programs to do this in. So, theoretically I know it really well. And I've got the maps sitting right here. I get lost in it. Every single time I'm walking around this thing, I get lost in it. And then it'd be nice, actually, if I can build some redstone things into it too. But we'll see how that goes because that's a long way away. But today, so it's going to be in creative mode because there's no possible way. Whoa, hello. Wow, I wonder where I ended up. So there's no possible way. Well, I mean, I could I could do this in survival, but oh my god, it would be hard. You know what? I don't think I want to start here. Oh wow, something's burning down there. Look at that. We just started out and already. Now I could go for the. Oh, that's neat. I have never seen this before. Bamboo. Wow. There's a lot of new stuff. Obviously, a lot of people will know that there's a lot of new things. So this looks like a swamp biome here. So we get jungle over there, we got swamp right here, and there's desert. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm looking for a good place to build it. I always like to build it into a mountain. Like I like mountains, and it's the really old. Whoa, what's this? That's really neat. So there's obviously a lot of stuff I got to explore here. This is pretty much all new to me. But what I want to find, to be honest, is a kind of a plains biome, but that's right on the edge of some mountains and things. So, not too many trees. Like this is just all trees here. But not like the swamp biome has really weird colors on it. Also, finding a village would be nice too, because having your dungeon just kind of outside of a village is kind of cool too. Wow. This is a really interesting seed I've got here. That just screams I'm ready for a castle to be built or something. Look at that. I love it when the generator does that. Just floating mountains. Okay. This looks promising. This looks like a village. So if I put it near a village, then adventurers, like if this was a Dungeons and Dragons campaign, right? Adventurers would have some place to start out from. So this is where they're starting from. And then they have to go to adventure somewhere. I mean, we could do it underneath that, but that's pretty small. We could go back that way a little bit, but let's just check. So we definitely want to put it around here somewhere. Oh, now this is interesting. It's a little bit further away. And here's the other thing, is that this is 10 levels deep. So I only really have two choices. I go down or I go up. And the dungeon itself was originally built to go up. Because you would come in at the bottom of a mountain, and then you would make your way up the mountain. And at the top of the mountain was supposed to be a dragon. Now, I suppose that I could, instead of tunneling out of... Now, so this is an interesting question. So last time I did this, I tunneled out a mountain. And, or a hill, really. More of a hill. And that took a long time. Like, it was an amazing amount of time to just get the space that I needed. But what I could do is I could build this whole thing up. So that's the village right over there. Let's find it again. There. That's the village right there. Okay. So if I go over here, you know what I could do? I could actually start building it right here. So the village is over there somewhere. I could start building it right here, and I could build up. And wherever I needed to take out the trees there, I could take out the trees. I could even, now this would be interesting. I could even build over top of that river and basically have it be an underground river that would continue along its path. But in my dungeon, there's one end that's got a bunch of water in it. And I could actually have that water coming out into that river. I think that's what I'm going to do this time. So there is a lot of work to do. This is really interesting. So I actually built, because of the way that I did this last time, I actually built 2 extra levels, and those 2 extra levels really don't do hardly anything. But I could still do that, and that's where the water comes down. I could start where the water is. So you might see a lot of the top of my head. And just notice that. I'm looking at the top of my head there, and I got a bald spot. See? Bald spot. I did that to myself. For anybody, if anybody ever wants to know how I got that, it's actually quite an interesting story. It's the same way I would have gotten, and this might be a little hard to see, but I got two thin spots right here. There's a story behind all 3 of those. So if anybody ever wants to know, just let me know. So I think I've decided. That's what I'm going to do now. The first thing I'm going to do is actually come down here, and I got to, I think the first thing that I want to get, it's not cobblestone. I'm going to do this all out of stone. Woohoo! New recipe unlocked. I'm in creative. So I think the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to build. Now, forgive me for a second. I have to count. What I just realized is I'm certain that I've counted this before, but I obviously didn't write it down, and I've forgotten. So, give me a sec. I gotta count. Okay, so the dungeon itself is going to be 23 by 31 hex grid squares, but because of the way Minecraft works, I need 2 open spaces and 1 wall space for every 10 by 10 square. So I need 3 squares for every 10 by 10 square. And that will basically, it doesn't give me 10 by 10, obviously, but what it does is it gives me a 4 by 4 empty cube for every grid square. And this is one of the bottom levels. There's not much to it. I may actually put more in there at some point, but as of right now, there's not too much to it. So yeah, so I'll have a 4x4 space. Oh shoot! I wonder if there's a way I can fix the daylight here. Options. Can I change? It's not controls. I honestly don't remember. I don't want you guys to be watching this in the dark the whole time. Holy crap! If anybody can remember how to turn this to daytime only, let me know. But I guess for now, so I need to multiply every one of those by 3. And I want to give it a little bit extra. So, you know what, to be honest, I'm going to do 100 by 100. And actually, it's going to be even a little bit more than 100 by 100 because I want the end of my dungeon actually sitting right over top of this. And then what I'm going to do, so I'm going to build the dungeon the way it's meant to be, but then I'm actually going to build a mountain around it so that it is camouflaged and a little bit harder to see. Now, for those of you who don't like this kind of tedious stuff, you might want to start skipping ahead. If you're watching this later, which there's actually only one person watching me right now, so hi. Yeah, you just go ahead and skip ahead. I'm going to start it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to make the very bottom right there. Oops. This is going to take a long time. Not quite as long as hollowing out a mountain did last time. That took months, literally, to hollow out the mountain and then to build this thing. It was months. Okay, so one of the things I need to do is make sure that I get rid of all this. And the other thing I need to do is start putting torches down because even I can't see. That's interesting. So I also have the Windows 10 version of Minecraft, and it has a different interface. Woo! Look at that, I have a torch. Okay, so I'm going to come over here until I'm actually hitting land over here because, to be honest, what I really think I'm going to do is I might, yeah, so I'll come in to this later when I'm doing the finishing up. And basically what I'm going to do is turn this into a tunnel, right? Because it's going to be that river hollowed out a tunnel here. So that's basically where it's going to connect to the ground. And then I want to come out 50 on either side of this, because that, I think, hold on, is that where I want to be? No, that's actually not where I want to be. I want to be, I want the middle, I think, to be right there. And I'm going to put the wall right there. Okay. And then I'm going to have to put my, I might even do that in redstone this time. Last time I did it in like orange blocks, and yeah, it was a bit of a pain. Okay, so that's it. This is going to be my back wall. I still got to do some more like cosmetic stuff here, because it's going to have to blend down into the hill on this side, and I got to get rid of the trees and stuff over there. But that right there is going to be my center. Oh, 1 second, guys. Oh, wait. That was Mrs. Darth Digger. We're going to go out and look at a new puppy. Okay. So, we're going to come out 50, and this is really right there. That's really where I want the back wall to be. So that's kind of the spot. That's my registration spot. So I'm going to go out 50 that way, 50 this way, and then I'm going to go out 100, maybe even a little bit more that way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 20. 30. 40. 50. Okay. So now I'm going to have to obviously blend that in, because we're up in the sky right now. Hi, Mr. Creeper. That's 10, and if you're counting correctly, I've added an extra 3 because of the middle, but I don't care. Having it a little bit wider is not going to hurt me. $30 right there. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Well, apparently I am digging some stuff out. So that's 30. I'll just dig this out for now, just so I can get my dimensions. So what I gotta... $40, $50. $20, $30, $47, $48, $49, $50. $30, $40, and that would be 100. So 100 in this direction. Actually, you know what? I'm not even going to count. I just want to get this in, and what I'll do, because it's actually not 100, it's 103 here, right? So what I'll do is I'll just get this down a good ways, and then I'll go watch that, and then I'll go down to that other end, and I'll come up here. So I'll start down there and come back. Whoa! Okay, that was just freaky. Okay, I'm just gonna leave those there because I gotta build walls anyway. All right, guys. So that, did I miscount? Like, that doesn't seem right to me. We're gonna count this again, and we're gonna put a torch every 10. All right, 1, 2. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 70. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 80. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 90. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 100, 101, something like that. Okay. So this is good enough for a rough outline. So that is going to be the floor. And actually, the fact that we got stuff underneath this is actually quite good too, because I can make a couple of caves and things here and secret entrances up into the thing. So that is what we're starting with right there. And then that is going to go 10, 12 levels high. So that's all I've got time for today. So for anybody that watched live, thank you very much. If you're watching this later, I hope you enjoyed the series. I will be back, I don't know, maybe later today, maybe tomorrow, who knows. But stick with me on this journey, and hopefully if I get it all done and I get that and I get finished what I want to get finished, it will actually be really cool and interesting. So thanks everybody, and I will see you on the next one. Stop streaming.